Good morning. Happy Monday. Another week. End of June. If you're here in the Midwest, they're talking about a heat dome. Don't know what that means. I'm here all week though. Not really technically. I'm just here till Wednesday. But I'm here in Ohio till Friday. Then I head to Puerto Rico, so we're on break for the next week and a half on the show after that. Should be fun. Should be a fun trip. We're excited. I've been watching stuff, kind of like everybody else does. You watch like YouTube stuff and see what people. And there's things I don't want to do. There's a huge zip line thing. I'm going to pass on that. Doesn't sound like fun. I think they said it's like 75 feet above the ground, and you go, I believe, 35 to 40 miles an hour. No thanks. No, I'm afraid of heights anyway, so it's a hard no anyway. But I just don't think that skimming across the top of trees is something I want to do on purpose. It's kind of like jumping out of an airplane. It's definitely something I'm not going to do on purpose. I want to thank the great folks at my-snackies.com. Listen, I was talking with my cousin last night. My cousin's getting ready. She lives in Seattle, and they're taking a road trip. They're going to travel along the coastline. They're going to start in Washington, where they live, and they're going all the way down to California on the coast. Sounds like fun, right? But you need to have snacks, and the great folks at my-snackies.com is a great place to find freeze-dried snacks. Now listen, I may not be the hippest guy in the world when it comes to like snacks. It's not because I'm like a Funyun guy. I like Funyuns, always have. But the whole freeze-dried snack thing is exploding, and it's where all the cool kids are. So you should be there. Go to my-snackies.com and mention Abundant TV. In fact, use ATV in your code when you order, and they would appreciate it so very much. Yeah, you realize now this year, people going on vacation, summer vacation, it's over 70%. It's like 72%, but it's, plus or minus. We're going to say 70%. 70% of people are doing their family vacation on the road, taking their car. Good for them. I did that as a kid. My dad was a traveling evangelist part of our life. So I've spent a number of days in my life on the road, more than I'd want to even admit. Spent a lot of times in hotel rooms, and I will tell you this: I prefer. Well, couldn't go to Puerto Rico by car, but I prefer flying, and that's the way we'll be going to Puerto Rico. Watch my social media, by the way. We're gonna turn up the volume on social media while I'm gone, just so I can hang out with you guys some and talk, and because I'm gonna miss you. But we're excited about Puerto Rico. Excited about our great sponsor, my-snackies.com. If I had more suitcase room, I would stuff it with freeze-dried candy, so when I was on the beach, I could enjoy some. But that's it. So, hey, listen, by the way, today, there's a couple things. Today is National Dart Day. So have you ever played darts? I have not really been a dart guy. Had to do it. I remember this when I was writing this up earlier today. I remember this as a kid. I was a young kid. I was probably like 12, 13 years old. And we went to this house for a kind of a youth night thing. When you're a pastor's kid, you got to go to everything. There isn't like a thing that you can't opt out of. You have to go. And they had darts. And, being a young kid of that age, 13 years old, and I was trying to impress a girl, which is what 13-year-old boys do. And I was trying to impress this girl and made it sound like I had actually played darts a few times, which was painfully obvious once I started to try to throw the darts. First dart stuck in the wall. Literally, I guess I threw it too hard. Problem about being a quarterback is you like to throw things without a lot of touch at times. So I was showing off. Well, I threw it hard enough that the dart went into the wall of the people's house. Did not impress the girl, did not impress the people that live there, obviously. So it is National Dart Day today. Also, it is National Camera Day. Now, I tried to do some research on this because some of these national days that I like to come up with, I always wonder, and I don't know where they don't give an origin. Is it the origin of the more modern camera, or is it the old cameras that we see in the old West? And very interesting. No explanation of what we're celebrating. We're celebrating cameras here, and I appreciate it. I've made a good living in front of a camera over the years, and so I appreciate whoever invented different kinds of cameras. And excited, by the way, today to have Stephanie Esposito with us. Stephanie is the host of Salted, a great show on the Abundant TV network, and we're gonna talk to her about some stuff. In fact, big news about them expanding. They've got a great new show tomorrow night that I've seen already, because that's the advantage of owning the network. You get to do fun stuff like that. We're going to ask Stephanie coming up if she's ever played darts, or if she's even good at it. We'll do that coming up. But before that, hey, listen, I'm going to thank the great folks at 7 Weeks Coffee. Now, you've heard me talk about 7 Weeks Coffee for goodness, probably 7-8 months now. And I appreciate their coffee, but I appreciate their mission even more. And here's the thing. Listen, if you are thinking about ordering some small batch, small roast coffee from somebody, this is the company to try. And in fact, get the variety pack, get 4 different kinds. It's a super way to check out their coffee, and it's a great way to help support someone who believes like we do, family values, and all of the things that they talk about. And it's incredible. We're going to have the host and the host. I'm the host. We're going to have the founders of 7 Weeks Coffee coming up after my break. We're trying to work out a couple of dates. And yes, they were supposed to be on in June. In fact, I talked about it several times. And then Rob went and double booked himself. And that's never good. But they were graceful in their reschedule. It was very, very nice of both of them. We'll have them on the show coming up. But 7 Weeks Coffee, again, I'm a coffee snob. I'll tell you this. I know good coffee. And this is amazing coffee. I'm drinking some of the different, I'm drinking morning blend today, but you got to try their different stuff they've got. It's incredible, including they've got some Haitian coffee. I've not gotten mine yet. I won't get it actually until after the trip, but they have some limited run coffees. You need to check it out. Go to 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10 when you order. Check it out. We'll do that. We're going to talk to Stephanie Esposito. We're going to talk about darts, salted, and all kinds of great stuff after this.
Behind every precious life, there was a choice. Behind every family moment, behind every special memory, there was a choice. A life of joy. A life that is beautifully and wonderfully made. At 7 Weeks Coffee, we are funding the pro-life movement, one cup at a time. Will you let your coffee serve a greater purpose?
Thanks to great folks, 7 Weeks Coffee. That's 7weekscoffee.com. Use the promo code ATV10 when you order. And, you know, I don't even know. This is just a funny thing. I'm going to ask her. We're going to start right off. Stephanie Esposito is with us here on the Morning Break this morning. Do you drink coffee? I don't know this. I didn't. Okay. She has no audio, though.
I am back. I'm sorry. I had it muted just for extra measure. But yes, I absolutely drink coffee. I drink espresso. I love all the caffeinated beverages.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask, and because, you know, there are, especially like Stephanie is very health. She loves her. Like when I'm eating a donut, she's working out. When I'm eating a cheeseburger, Stephanie's probably working out. So
cheeseburgers. I had one last night.
Did you? Okay.
Good.
Well, so do you play darts though?
I have played darts. It did not go well.
That's if you heard my story in the open, I stuck it into the wall. And the funny part about that story is like I went over there in desperation to try to pull it out, and it was like it was a very tall ceiling. It was in a room where it was very, very big room, and it was very tall ceiling. Well, I was about 7 feet above the dartboard, so I had to get a chair to get the dart. Oh yeah, I threw it I was showing off. Yes. Completely showing off. It was not good. Hey, listen, though, I'm so excited. What was that?
Darts are a bad idea. The axe throwing is a bad idea. And people always do it on dates. I'm like, what are you doing? It's like eating ribs on a first date. It's messy. It's not, just don't do it.
Yeah. Well, the axe throwing thing, I never got to do that. It was funny because I was actually at my church in Seattle. We did an axe night, and my pastor wouldn't let me. After hearing about the dart incident, he would not let me throw an axe. So
for liability purposes, it makes sense.
it was smart of him probably in the long run not to, because it probably would have ended badly. Hey, listen, though, I want to talk about Salted. We are so excited on the network. New show tomorrow night. Everybody want to check in tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
That's right.
And then a replay, because we have heard you, just so you all know, and Stephanie's hearing this for the first time.
Oh.
So last week we tested this. We put Salted and Men Like Us on at midnight Eastern time. And let me tell you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you guys loved that. So here's the way this is going to work. So tomorrow night, if you're watching at 9 o'clock Eastern time, you're good. If you're listening or watching at 9 o'clock Pacific time, you're also good, because it'll be back on. So that is one of the new announcements, and we're excited about that. And everyone has made it very clear that the 9 o'clock and midnight slots are definitely Salted spots, and Men Like Us. We can't forget the guys.
Of course. Of course.
But tell us about tomorrow night's show.
Yeah. So we have a brand new format. We've moved to a weekly format. So every single Tuesday night now at 9 p.m. Eastern or Pacific, apparently, you can catch an episode of the show. So we started doing this in the middle of June, and each week I'll be doing long form interviews with some special guests. This month we had a theme that was related to health. And so what'll happen is each week we'll do those interviews. And then on the fourth week of the month, the panel of ladies get together. We highlight some of the best moments from those other episodes, or the most controversial moments, and we talk through our opinions on those things. And so it's really cool to see Christian women talking about real topics that actually matter to women. And yeah, health and fitness and GLP-1s and dieting and all of that. I mean, that matters to us. Just because you're a Christian, you don't have to wear a scarf, sit in the front row and talk about Jesus 24/7. We care how we look. And so that's a part. And also, perimenopause, all the cycles, like how it all plays in. And so the ladies had a lot to say, especially on the issue of GLP-1s. We mostly agreed. I happened to be the breakout that had to go against the flow for just a little bit and have a little bit of a different opinion. But that's what makes it great, is we bring it all back to what the Bible says. And, the Bible has a lot to say. And so it's important to salt every single topic that's important in our lives, specifically with the gospel. And that's why we're called Salted. So I hope you love it. I think Tuesday night is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, tomorrow night is Tuesday.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's just to let you know, Stephanie.
Excuse me. My kids are all on summer break. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. But everyone's alive.
It was just funny. But I love the whole thing, because you guys really dug into the whole GLP thing, and it's a hot topic right now. Sure. And I don't know where I stand. I got to be honest with you. So it was really interesting listening to you guys talk about this, and this is the key thing, because we get demographics, and so I want to tell you there are men watching this show.
Of course.
And I was one of them. I watched this episode ahead of time because that's the power of owning the network. And so, but I was really interested because I don't know where I stand on the whole GLP thing, and I don't know if we know enough to know if we know enough yet.
I just feel blessed and privileged to be able to have an opinion, because after a decade of working in television news and trying to be one of the few that remained objective about things, I didn't give a lot of opinions. And then I worked in ministry for 5 years. And again, if it didn't bring people closer to Jesus, I would just be quiet about it. And so I've always had an abundance of opinions, but didn't always have a platform or a reasonable space to share them. And so I'm just grateful to have that. And, thank you for making that possible. But in terms of the GLP-1, I'm okay with it. I know a lot of people aren't. I think that obesity is an epidemic in America. I know that this is a Band-Aid. It's a quick fix, some people say, but if you use it as a quick fix, it's not going to work. If you use it in conjunction with working out and dieting correctly and under the supervision of a physician, not ordering it from some rando website, I think it's okay, because it gives you the boost that you need to create healthy habits and to get yourself back to a place where, visceral fat's not killing you and you don't have heart issues or all of the other things that are attached to the obesity epidemic. So I am not against it, but I was the only one that wasn't against it. And going back and watching the program, I realized I'm allowed to have an opinion now. So I'm going to be more vocal moving forward with my opinions.
Oh, I thought it was cool. I thought it was great. I don't know where I stand. I got to be completely honest with you. Yeah. And I have a lot of friends that have done it and it works. But I think what you said too is really true. I think that part of it has to be that you have the discipline to change. This is not an answer forever, but it might be an answer short term to. I'm big into right now, Stephanie. I've been big into like studying how your mind works in business and all that. It's kind of been my thing since the first of the year. And sometimes something like this could be a mind shift for you, help you do that mind shift. Because sometimes, and I'm one of these people because I love sweets, and sweets are not good for you. You shouldn't be eating all the sugar that you eat. It's not, but I do. I like chocolate. I like cake. I like ice cream. I like all that stuff. But mentally, and what happened for me this year, we took it really seriously. We went actually beyond. We did the 21-day Daniel fast, and then we went beyond that. And it changes your mindset of going, do I really need this? Or do I? And I wonder if that's kind of the way that the shot will help somebody. And it's not going to help everybody, but not everything does help everybody. We can't be so, I don't think we can be so caught up that, it didn't help so-and-so. Well, it's not going to help everybody.
Right. I mean, it just depends on how you use it. If you're using it as a tool or if you're using it as an absolute excuse and a crutch, So I find it so interesting how people have all these different opinions, and that's okay. I think it's between you and the Lord and your doctor. I mean, one of the ladies on the panel said she felt very strongly the Lord told her not to do it. Well, that's great, because the Lord will speak to you about your personal health. If there's something going on in your body that would be a bad thing for you to take, then the Lord speaking to you is what you have to listen to. And so for me, I just feel like I want to help people not live a life and walk in a spirit of shame. And I think it's okay to have help doing things when in the first place, many of us end up overweight because of all of the external factors that you may not even be aware of, all the extra stuff that's in your food, the things that are processed that you don't even realize are processed, all the environmental things that, like, if you look at pictures of people in the 60s and 70s versus today, the seed oils and all of that, like, it impacts us. And so if we have all of these things impacting us that we don't even know are impacting us, and you're trying everything possible, I don't think you should have shame in trying something to fight that. And so, I mean, we were all over the board on that, but also the other guest that we had the week before, Dr. Ashley Lucas, who talked about GLP-1s, She spoke about your health as it relates to your faith. And we did discuss neuroplasticity, which is what you're talking about, Rob, when you're saying that you want to train your mind to do new things. She is a naturopathic doctor, but she said that she will only meet with clients in groups now because what she's learned, she started with a migraine group. Group of women who suffered from migraines for, I think, 10 years or more. And when she got them into the same space, what they learned is that a lot of them had similar life experiences and were kind of having like a spiritual attack on their lives. And it manifested as a migraine. And so once they got into this room together and they realized, and she does all this on in person and on Zoom. So you can watch the episode and figure out how you can get connected with her. But Dr. Tanya Painter is her name. She talked specifically about our health as it relates to our faith and how the enemy sometimes attacks and how it manifests in your body. And she's able to do all of this legally, bringing faith into the conversation, even though she is a doctor. And that's all explained in the episode as well. So I'm really proud of what we're bringing to the network and just to the body of Christ. I think it's going to be really a game changer. And it won't be about health all the time. So if that's not your thing, the month of July is looking very different. So,
and one of the cool things that people can do is they can go find all of those shows, the one that you talked about, both of the last two shows, on demand and in the on demand section of the app. So you can go search for those, find the Salted. They're under, just for anybody that's watching, for reference. If you're watching on the network, just go to Abundant Originals and are under Abundant Original shows. And I love what you said, that it's not always going to be about health. What are some of the things that you see the show evolving into over the next 6 months?
Oh, absolutely. Nothing's off the table. So all of the things that you wish that the women's group at your church would talk about, we're going to talk about it. I see us going into marriage and sex and even addiction and even some politics a little bit, not heavy politics, but in the sense that we have a phenomenal interview coming up with an angel mom. Her name is Ann Fundner. Her son died of a fentanyl poisoning. And so we're going to be giving warnings to parents about the things that your youth are being subjected to and how you can protect them. Obviously, the first and most important thing is to cover them in prayer, but we want to give you practical information as well. So this is going to go anywhere God takes it because we're not afraid. We're not afraid to talk about pretty much anything.
That's it. And that's what's exciting. And by the way, you've seen Stephanie on the show a couple of times, but this is her debut as a regular on the show. And we're excited about that. And I wanted to plug that in because we're going to talk about different stuff every time Stephanie's on, and may even throw a guest in that Stephanie likes, just the ones that she likes, not the ones she doesn't, on the show. And we'll see what happens. I love that. That just happened. And by the way, if you're watching and she doesn't invite you on the show, that doesn't mean she doesn't like you. It just means I don't. Anyway, no, but I'm so excited about where this is going, because there was a thing, and I sent you a link about this. It was an article that was done about women walking away from ministry, ministry opportunities in the church because they don't feel heard, and they don't feel like. And I think that this show is coming at a time when there is such a need for community for women. And what a great way. And here's the thing, and there's nothing against the local church, and we want you always plugged into a local church.
Yes.
Bottom line, we're both pastors' kids, so we're going to say that immediately. And so that, just get that disclaimer out. So if your pastor gets mad at me, then he'll realize I'm telling you, you still need to be plugged in.
We're also going to make fun of it a little bit, because that's what kids do.
Oh, amazingly, yes. But we want you to plug into this community of women that are getting together.
Yeah.
And hey, listen, if you're a guy, like I said, and you watch, you can go, this might be a way. I'm not saying that you're going to be able to figure out your wife or your girlfriend with this show, but it might help.
Yeah.
You never know. You might go, I didn't think of that. It's not going to help, though. I got to be honest with you. Most men are just dumb anyway. So we're in trouble.
That's not.
We're in trouble anyway, but it might give you like a peripheral be able to do like a peripheral flyby, and your wife will go, "Ooh, you know about that?" You just do that. That's easy. Don't go deep into the topic though, because you're then lost. But anyway, no. So Stephanie, I want to ask a couple other questions really quick. So you've done a couple of shows, and you've talked to people now a little bit about this, and they know that the show is a woman's based show, and that's what it is. It's a women in faith based show. How's the reception been? How are people that you talk to? What are they saying?
Oh, I think they're really excited, but I think they're also kind of challenging me. Like, are you really going to talk about anything? Are you really? Because they're not used to it. They're not used to absolute transparency coming from this world. And that's kind of like, I get it, because we want to be, especially as Christian women, we want to be like the Proverbs 31 woman. And so for a lot of like females who are pastors, or for pastors' wives, they don't necessarily lean towards the conversations that we're having because it's not buttoned up. But the truth is, life's not buttoned up. And so I think people are super excited about it. They're challenging us. Will you talk about this? Will you talk about that? And I'm like, anything that matters to you, we will talk about it. So if there's a topic as a Christian woman or listener, even the guys out there, something you want us to address, I don't know, maybe there's intimacy things, or I don't know, whatever people want us to discuss as Christian women from a Christian perspective. And we bring Bible into all of it. Let us know. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram, The Salted Show, and comment on one of our many posts, and we will take up the challenge.
I love that. I love what you guys are doing. I'm so proud of your team and what you've got going on there. And we are excited to have Stephanie with us. We haven't decided how often, because Stephanie is very busy, but we're going to get it worked out to where she'll be here regularly with us on the show. We're going to talk about Salted. We'll talk about life. And last thing, are you, for your family vacation, road trip or fly? Which one?
So when it's a family vacation, we purposely road trip. We don't want these kids spoiled, but when it's just me and Mark, then we fly. So it's one of those things. Mark grew up very different than the life that he has provided for our family. And so he doesn't want the kids to be spoiled, and he wants them to, he's like, I can give these kids a lot, but what I can't give them is a hunger or an appreciation for things. And so we make sure we dial it back a little bit. We're going to Florida. It's going to be a 10-hour road trip, and we're going to make it fun and stop at every Buc-ee's. And, I've got like car curriculum, which they hate, but, they'll remember.
Car curriculum? Are you like, what? What is car curriculum?
I'm a little bit type A, but Rob, I have a list of topics that I want to make sure I teach my kids before I launch them into the world. And then I find podcasts that supplement. I find, other things like that. So I just try to do 20 minutes at a time, not to overwhelm them, but just start conversations. And I want to maximize every minute with my kids. My oldest is going to college next year. And so our family unit will look very different most of the time. And I can't get that time back. So, I'm going to make them suffer through 10 hours in the car with me because they're seatbelted in and they have to listen and love me.
Okay. So here's the thing you got to promise me. Quick post on social media. By the way, go to Salted, find them on Facebook or Instagram. But I want a little rundown of car curriculum because we didn't have enough time. Should have brought this up earlier in the conversation. I want to go deep dive on that. We'll probably do that next time you're on. But promise me, just a quick post. What is car curriculum? Because there are people are going to go and want to know what that is.
I will work on that. And Rob, anytime you and I can have a conversation in under 30 minutes, it's truly a miracle.
Stephanie Esposito, Salted tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. It all works the same. Just means I've got to do more work. It's all that we're excited. Thank you, Stephanie, for being with us.
Thank you.
What a great show. Always fun to be with Stephanie. Always fun to do this. Where did the time go, though? It went way too fast. She is so much fun. And you need to check out Salted tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific time. Hey, thanks for spending part of your Monday morning with me here on the Morning Break. I appreciate you, and we will see you tomorrow.